Well, we've still got our home and away against West Ham in the Europa League coming up, but right now it's the international break, so we've got 2 weeks of players not doing a lot, resting, getting match fit, but it is our youth intake, and this I've scrolled all the way down to the bottom just because I want to show you the variety of players we've managed to bring in. We've got an American, we've got a Dutchman, we've got a guy from Nigeria, someone from Wales, a Turk, someone from Portugal, a Bosnian, and that's pretty much it. It's not the best youth intake in terms of, it's not a golden generation or anything like that, but the good players we have appear to be very good. The first is Jason Moss, who is a midfielder on the left, who I would probably make a defensive left back, especially if I knew how much he was going to improve in his marking and the like. So we are going to sign him. He's got a ton of potential. Emmanuel Garba, 1-star current ability, 3.5-star potential ability. Striker, advanced midfielder on the left, midfielder. No real weaknesses per se. The balance of 5 is a bit concerning. Technically, he's got some improvement. I mean, he's a solid player for 15. I love the 18 determination. 17 teamwork, 17 work rate. Yeah, we're signing this guy. And then Zenis Lojo from Bosnia. 1-star current ability, 3.5-star potential ability, striker. Physically, already pretty good except the strength. Mentally, solid except the positioning. Technically, needs a lot of help. And he will get it while he's here. One of the things I've been thinking about is, I know what my next save is. I know what I have planned. I have to change the database around a little bit to do it. But I'm going to keep playing this offline just as like a private thing. One of the things that I find myself doing every once in a while is like, I've wanted to play this game, but I haven't been in a position to record or anything like that with family and what's going on and everything like that. And sometimes you just want to fire up the game for about an hour or so just to get some stuff done. This is Miguel Barreto. He is also a fairly solid player for someone this age. And that's not bad. The natural fitness is nice. The jumping reach is nice. Defensive center back. Determination is good. Positioning and teamwork are very good. Heading is okay. Decent tackler. But sometimes it pays to have just kind of like, not exactly a throwaway save, but a save you may not be as invested in as you otherwise would be. Mesut Öztürk, keeper. Yeah, we'll see what the coaches think of him. Carl Long. I feel like I ought to sign him just on his mentals all alone. Plus, his physicals are not that bad for a 15-year-old. Serentis Fragogiannis. Defensive right back. He's got some potential, but I'll wait and see what the coaches say. And that's pretty much it. Was a fairly deep draft in terms of distribution and stuff like that. The average you're saying is 3 stars, which, yeah, we had a lot of 3-star potential players. Can I sort by potential? No. But it's possible even one of these guys down here could be a diamond in the rough. Victor Kanu. It's probably not that guy. So that said, we've still got a while to go before the West Ham matches. It's the 20th of March right now. And our first game against them is the 8th of April. Plus we've got Arsenal. Well, we beat Arsenal 3-2. Clark a goal, Holland a goal, and Hannibal a goal. We got Fulham coming up offline here before we get to the West Ham game. So that is what we're going to do. I'm going to save this here, and we will be back with that. And we will be back with that in just a bit. Well, the youth prospect evaluation is underway, and we are playing West Ham home and away in the Euro Cup quarterfinals, first and second legs today. They're a good squad. They're currently 6th in the Prem. For some reason, they want me to make a bunch of changes to the team, one of which I do have to make. Holland is not registered, so he cannot play. So we're going to start barring goal. Admiral, Gergras, Tizier, and Polito as the defensive back four. Stockbridge, Ricci, and Tonali as the midfielders. Gallagher as the tag midfielder. Clark and Doku up top as the strikers. Words are hard. So we just want... I'm going to put my tablet away here real quick. We just want a good result. We want a credible result. Vlasic. Kelly. Well, he's intercepted. Gergas ends up with the ball. Stockbridge up into space. Clark is just not fast enough to run up on it. Areola bombs it forward. Tizier heads it down. Stockbridge ends up with the ball again. Runs into the ref. Gallagher breaking right. Polito, for some reason, has stopped running. There he is. Tonali back to Gallagher. Gallagher crosses it in. Clark is there, and he scores on the header. May not be the fleetest of foot, but he is good when he gets in front of the goal. It's his 15th goal of the season, I believe. Oh, and the defender totally misplayed that too. Not quite sure what's going on with their formation there. Looks like they're sorting it out now. Polito on the throw-in. Gallagher back to Polito. Polito crosses it in. Stockbridge is there, but the defender jumps in front of him. Ricci runs down the loose ball. Stockbridge over to Admirola. Admirola crosses it in. It's knocked away. Rosa ends up with the ball. He sends it forward. It goes right to Tizier. Tizier to Tonali to Ricci. Stockbridge to Clark. Back out to Stockbridge. Took the ball away from Admirola. Admirola tried feeding Stockbridge. It was a poor pass. Vlasic ends up with the ball. He's driving forward. Oh, he gives the ball away. Admirola to Gallagher. Clark's, oh, nice save by Areola. The defense just absolutely misplayed that, but Kelly ends up with the ball and the highlight ends. Shot some encouragement to the boys here. I want the West Ham stats. I want Crystal Palace stats. Kelly to Vlasic to Haskvanovic. I'm totally pronouncing that wrong. Susek to Kelly. Oh, Satriano. Haskvanovic ends up with it. Satriano's there and he puts it far post. Haskvanovic. There's something over the S though, so that makes it a little different. Satriano wasn't offsides? Okay. Haskvanovic in the crowd, knocked away. Sushek runs down the ball, gives to Thiest. Satriano cuts inside the box. Back out to Thiest. Totally pronouncing that wrong too. Rice. Sushek. Back to Rice. Thiet. Rosa, and he scores. Screamer of a shot. Nice pass for Rosa. That is halftime. They scored just before the half, of course. 10 shots, 6 on target for us. 8 shots, 3 on target for them. And they've got a 2-goal lead. Going to go to the attacking here. No highlights the second half so far. We're 60 minutes in. Well, now we're 65 minutes in. I'm going to make a couple of changes here. We're going to get Ricci off, bring on Hannibal, swap him and Gallagher out. Should probably get Gallagher off, but I can't. We're going to switch Gallagher and Tonali. Move Grigoras up. Bring on Silva. Rice back to Bellerin. Vlasic to Rice. My player ran right by him. Sushek. Haskvanovic. Back to Keeley, sends it in. Satriano's there off the crossbar. A Turbe or a Barre, a very nice stop. Vlasic. Dispossessed by Silva. Tonali up to Clark. Yeah, ball's pushed out of bounds by Zuma. Very nice save by Barre. Haskvanovic in the crowd. It goes over the crossbar. Haskvanovic on the corner kick. Over the crossbar again. It's not like we haven't had our chances. Doku is not having the best game either. We're going to get him off, bring on Sola. What the heck is up with this formation here? It's crowding on top of each other, and I don't know why. That's full time. We go down to West Ham 2-1 at home. That is not good. Disappointing collapse is one thing. Plus, we've got Newcastle in 3 days. Tonali's going to miss the next match because he got too many yellow cards. Of course, Newcastle's in 4th place, too, so we can't really take it easy against them. We'll save the game here. We're going to play Newcastle offline, and we'll come back with the second half of our Euro Cup match in just a bit. Well, we completely FM Newcastle. Doku got a goal in the 92nd minute to break the tie, although in all honesty, we only needed 1 point from this game to qualify for the Champions Cup. Now that we have one, there's no way we can't get a Champions Cup place, or at least guaranteed that next season. Doku had a really good game. Esposito had a nice game. Shawi had a goal that was taken back, or an own goal, rather, that was unfortunate. Qualified for the Champions Cup. Board set the initial budgets. Payroll at 2.5, transfer budget at 122. And we're spending 2.2. We got a little bit of wiggle room, so... You know, as long as we're not blindsided by any moves, like the Safanov move, I think we'll be okay. So, finish this here in a bit. We got a couple days to go. We'll be back with West Ham in just a bit. Tonali's out because of too many yellow cards. Zagadou is still out because of injury. We're going to start a Turbe instead of Barre. I think this is what we're going to go with. We really don't have much of a choice. We're going to have a Turbe goal. Admiral, Grigoras, Polito, and Laird is the defensive back four. Stockbridge, Ricci, and Hannibal is the midfielders. Check something on Hannibal here. He'd much rather be a Mazzala, so we're going to switch him in Stockbridge. Gallagher is the attacking midfielder. Esposito and Doku up top as the strikers. West Ham has a 2-1 lead, and I did not set any opposition instructions. I don't know what Ricci and Stockbridge are doing over here. 30 minutes in, no highlights. Polito picked up an injury. We'll get him to the half. They've had 4 and 3. We've had 2 and none. I'm on the attack. I wonder if they're just peaked. Vlasic weaves in and around, and he scores. For some reason, Grigoras didn't move over to cover him. Instead, it was the other guy who apparently was man-marking him, even though I don't know why. That's halftime. This is going to be one of those games where we get like all of 2 highlights, potentially knee injury. So we've got to get Polito off. We'll bring on Tizier. We need 3 goals this half. Go to the very attacking. Man. Each time we keep getting close, we somehow manage to shoot ourselves in the foot. 60 minutes in. No highlights this second half. Haspanovic to Sushek. Back to Mitchell. He crosses it in. Loro's there. Turbe, a nice save. Doku's on a 6-3 for crying out loud. Bring Sola on. 15 minutes to get 3 goals. It's not going to happen. Grigras is the only one who's above a 7-0. Gallagher sends it in. Areola jumps up and gets that. Laird's knackered. We got to bring DeWinter on. Everyone else is knackered too, which means Turbe to Tizier, Grigras up into space. Holberg out to Bellerin. Crossed in, and that's it. That's the game. That's jeez. Freaking 3 highlights this whole game. They've all been West Ham scores, it seems. Next season's make or break. Some tough decisions to be made in the offseason as well. I've been thinking about it the past couple of days as I've been progressing through recording. And I think one of the reasons we haven't done so well, especially these last couple of seasons, is that I haven't been playing this properly in terms of I've been treating this like a normal save, like I'm going to be at Palace for 20 years. When in actuality, I'm planning on being here 7, and then I'll do what I usually do, and that's, hey, we got a goal in the 92nd minute. And that's sim out 3 and then 7 years just to see what happens to the club after I leave. And I'm playing like I'm setting up the club for long-term success when I should have been playing for success now. You know, we found a lot of youth players that we developed, Stockbridge being one. You know, we got a couple guys in our first youth intake that developed really well. Pierce is an example. You know, Admirola didn't develop, but we brought on youngsters like Tizier and Grigras who have all turned into good players, but they're not the players to help us win right now. They're the players to help us win 3 or 4 years down the road. Madrid beat Napoli on penalties. Roma beat Chelsea. Nope, Chelsea beat Roma on aggregate. Milan thumped Villarreal. Pellegrini's having a great stay there. West Ham beat us. It's just insane. Well, we've already qualified for the Champions League. And we're already well past my usual 9 or 10 episode plans for a season. And frankly, there's only 5 games left. So we're going to come back for Liverpool. We're going to play Leeds, Man City, Sheffield United, Norwich offline. Currently, Man City drew the week we played Newcastle. So they're currently 7 points behind us. So unless something drastic happens the last few games, we're going to be winning the Prem again. And if not, we're going to be coming in second place. And I'm okay with that. So not the best episode by any stretch of the imagination. The youth prospects, some of them look quite promising. I will say, let me pull them up here real quick. I will say, in the grand scheme of things, this is all of them right there. Those are the attributes I look for in most of my players. And I'm willing to give in on some if they're higher in others. I think some of the rest of the guys. You know what? I think I have to do this. Let's do this. Sort by age. There we go. So Garba we already signed. Moss we already signed. He's got a ton of potential. 4.5-star potential. I like that. Serban, Fragagionis. You know, Davies has some potential, but the 4 determination, 5 concentration kind of knock him down. If he had maybe good composure and work rate and stamina, then I'd say, yeah. But he's also unambitious. So that's Davies. He's also unambitious. So Garba's driven. I would bet Garba would meet his potential faster than Moss will, just because he's got a driven personality, which means he'll train a little bit harder. Dennis Olojo's fairly professional. He'll get up there as well. Andy O'Sullivan's only 2 stars, but he's got 16 determination, 16 teamwork. Ben Alexander came through last youth save. And then you got a guy like Frimpong, who's just not going to be there. Or a guy like Thiago Ventura, who's also not going to make it. So Going to be some players leaving. We're going to have to take a look and see, if there's 1 or 2 players out there who can help us win it all next season and we can stay within our budget. I will definitely do that. But for the time being, I am going to go wallow in a glass of scotch and try and wrap presents because this is how far ahead in recording I am. It is Christmas Eve here. And so I hope when you're watching this, you had a good Christmas and a very good New Year. And in a couple of weeks, we'll get the next save started off. I'm really looking forward to it. It's going to be something a little bit different for me, but it's going to have some things in it that I've done in past saves as well, Basti in particular. That said, if you did like what you seen and heard, please like, subscribe to the channel for more content, questions, criticisms, comments. Leave those down below. I'll answer those as fast as I can. My name's FM Jellicoe, and I thank you for watching.